Let me ask you a startling question. How good do you think I would have been in the movie Magic?
What are your qualifications?
That may be the question. Robert Redford, as you know, all scripts go to Robert Redford, no matter what the part is, as long as it's a male role.
Yeah.
And he said to Joe Levine, I think Cavett should do this, because I had done some magic with Redford, for Redford once. I hope all these people don't mind my telling these things. And so Joe Levine called me one day and he said, would you audition or make a screen test for a movie? And I said, of course. I have never heard from him since. And the next thing I know, somebody named Hopkins has played my part. I was still waiting for the call when I was told the movie was finished. So maybe there's still time, or maybe they aren't going to use the version you made. I'm sure that's it. And that,
I hear they did the second version with you, and I don't know about it yet.
Yes, it's a best-kept secret in the business.
Yes. I saw you on the set every day. That's what you were doing there, is that?
Yes, crying and pushing my nose against the glass outside the window. So, Mr. Levine, let's look at a bit of it, but before we do, it's a kind of movie you don't want to tell too much about, except that you do play a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
I gather you learned to do your own ventriloquism and some magic for the part. And in this scene, there's a curious thing, I guess, that actually happens among ventriloquists, that they occasionally lose sight of the line between themselves and their dummy.
Yeah. I heard there was a ventriloquist in Vegas, Dennis Allwood, who worked with me on the film. I asked him the same question. He said there was a ventriloquist in Las Vegas who used to fight with the dummy and believed that the dummy was trying to fight him and kill him. And finally, he had to give it all up, and he became an acting coach. So he was driving other people mad.
Goes to other dummies instead. Well, in the scene we're about to see, if it's, I think, it's one in which we see a case of you and your other personality, the dummy, together.
That's right, yes.
Why don't you roll that, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. Here it comes, in 3 seconds. What an incredible chore to learn acting and to coordinate the, without any background in ventriloquism. You were actually doing it there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what happened, Richard Attenborough, who directed the film, asked me if I wanted to talk to a psychoanalyst about the structure of schizophrenia, because Corky is a little disturbed, let's say.
Yes.
And I said, well, if I talked to a psychiatrist, we'd still be actually filming it now, because I couldn't have the time to analyze it, and I didn't want to, so I learned the lines and learned the ventriloquism. And I thought, well, the only thing to do it is, I thought, well, how do I learn ventriloquism? I thought, well, the answer to that is to learn it. So we got a hold of a ventriloquist, and a marvelous ventriloquist by the name of Dennis Allwood, and a magician, 2 magicians, in fact, who helped me with the magic. And I kept a very positive attitude towards it, and when the doubts came in, I would say, no, keep going. And I was surprised. I mean, I had a wonderful time. I was amazed that we could get on, and Attenborough was so supportive. You know, he would film little bits and pieces, and when we did it wrong, he would do it again and again and again, so we got it right.
He is an actor, of course, too,
yeah.
so
he's a wonderful director.
Did you ever find yourself in danger of slipping over the line with the schizophrenia between the dummy and yourself?
It did happen one day, actually, on set in another scene with Burgess Meredith, and I had a very quick dialogue with Burgess and the dummy. 3-way dialogue. And it was very fast, and I made a mistake, and the dummy ordered the camera to cut. And I didn't realize it. So the film crew and Attenborough applauded and laughed, and I said, what's the matter, what's the matter? I said, don't you know what happened? Fats told the camera to cut. And I didn't realize it.
That's incredible.
Yes, a cut. Fantastic.
Where does that come from? Is it in the upper... the myth, I guess everybody knows that ventriloquists do not throw their voices. Wherever that idea came from, I don't know.
Well, it's just...
I mean, you can't really make it.
Contact in the throat. Hi, dummy. How are you doing, Dick? Fantastic.
Now, how do you do the consonants? There's a he's dead now, but there was a brilliant young English ventriloquist who appeared on the Sullivan Show. Part of his act was to say, the dummy would say, the one thing you can't say is bottle of beer, because you can't make your lips not move. And the dummy said, but I can say it. And then the dummy said, bottle of beer, bottle of beer, bottle of beer. And the guy's lips didn't move at all.
That's amazing.
Now, what's going on there?
You're asking me? I really don't know. All I can say is da-la-dare, 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 da-la-dare.
And they substitute TH for V, I believe.
TH for V and...
Very interesting.
Yeah,
Is that right?
and for F sounds.
Fantastic. Incredibly fantastic.
How are you making the F?
Sounds. TH.
I see.
Ta.
Well, that's all easy. I don't know why Levine never called back. You want to see some coin?
Yeah, okay, you
Well,
got
no,
some
I don't think I better.